I thought it was only right that I address this phrase, suck your mother. Just like gone on YouTube, figure your brain some new food. Hello people, and welcome back to the channel. If this is your first time on the channel, a special welcome to you. I ask that you check out the rest of my videos. If you like what you see, give them a thumbs up, leave a comment, but more than anything, I'm asking that you subscribe to the channel. As a journalist and an author and a person who often do videos on the subject of Jamaica and Jamaican, it's only right that I keep my eyes on where the coronavirus is concerned and Jamaican nationals in China is concerned. I've been keeping my eye on it. I haven't said much about it because I'm just waiting to see how the Jamaican government is going to react to the evacuation or the request of evacuation to Jamaican nationals in China before I add my two-piece. You know, the coronavirus is a world threat, so everybody has to be paying attention to the coronavirus and the measures that we should take in regards to avoid contracting the coronavirus. And I'm quite aware of what's going on with the coronavirus, including the memes and the jokes that has been done in regards to Chinese national or Asian nationals, so to speak. So I've seen them on YouTube, I've seen them on TikTok, I've seen them on Facebook. Some of them are funny. You know, Jamaicans, we have a saying that we say, sometimes you have to use bad things and make jokes. So I do see the memes and the jokes that people have been making against some Chinese nationals. Some Chinese nationals are in on the joke, so they don't take it as offensive as some people expect it should be. However, I'm not condoning the suppression of the seriousness of the coronavirus. I'm quite aware how serious it is, and I'm quite aware of the threat that it's posing to the entire world. But on the political side of things, like I say, I'm waiting to see if the Jamaican government is going to evacuate our people that's in China, or they're just going to say, well, collateral damage, casualty of a virus war, and that's it. As you know, as black people, our lives really get valued on a world scale. So when it comes to a national scale, I'm quite curious to see if the Jamaican government is going to make a difference. However, my vlog today is not really about the coronavirus, but because there was an incident that actually triggered my idea for a video today that included the coronavirus, I thought, let me just browse over it and say how I feel about the coronavirus. So I came across an article in the Loop News. It actually has to do with the coronavirus, and it also has to do with the profanity or the profane phrase of suck your mother. So for most people of the world, suck your mother or go suck your mother, that doesn't mean anything to them. Go suck your mother, I think, only means something to Jamaican and or Caribbean people. Nowhere else in the world is that phrase valued as profane or offensive or has a meaning. That word is meaningless globally. But in the Caribbean, especially in Jamaica, that phrase is deemed offensive and deemed as profane. So according to an article in Loop News, somebody made a comment about some Asians that are living in Jamaica that are going to party or dance hall. And I think the comment was in effect to, I hope that they're not bringing any coronavirus here. And one member of the Asian community in Jamaica replied to this person on social media by saying, "We never go China before. We are Japanese who live in Jamaica for a long time. Even if we are Chinese, you shouldn't say some blank like that to people. If that is a joke, it's not funny." And lastly, that person said, "Suck your mother." And it was that number 5 that actually drew my attention to make a comment today. It's about the word go suck your mother, or the phrase go suck your mother. Considering that my last few vlogs on my channel was in defense of women in Jamaica and enhancing respect for women in Jamaica, I thought it was only right that I address this phrase, suck your mother. Like I say, the phrase go suck your mother or suck your mother only means something to Jamaicans or people of the Caribbean. But if we want to get technical, which I often get technical with words because words is my business, I never see any real logics in the term, go suck your mother. I never see any logics in it because I'm a 70s child. And to my knowledge, I don't know about the mothers in Jamaica today, but to my knowledge, all of us that was born in the 60s and the 70s, we all sucked our mother. We all were breastfed. So when I hear the term, go suck your mother, I often go to breastfeeding. That's the immediate thing that comes to my mind. However, I'm a Jamaican and I know where the other Jamaicans put their minds in that gutter or in the most derogatory meaning of go suck your mother. But even when I put my mind in that gutter, I still find it to be foolish. I still find it to be an illogical statement for the simple fact that we were all birthed from our mom. Very few of us came into this world through C-section. Most of us came through the passage of a woman, and we didn't come out in a plastic bag, so to speak. So if even you want me to put my mind in that gutter of it, saying that's what you want me to do to my mother, we all have done it to our mother. So I don't see the logics of it. So the reason I decided to address that today is, you know, it's gone really bad when a foreign national living in Jamaica used that term to a Jamaican national. You know, it's gone overboard then. So my aim at this moment, or my attempt at this moment, is to educate my people to say, go suck your mother, has no real logics to it. It has no logics to it. And it should be eliminated. People should stop using it because, one, like I say, it sounds stupid because most Jamaicans has been breastfed. We all suck to our mom, if that's what you want to say. However, where the derogatory attempt is concerned of that particular phrase, of that particular statement, I would appreciate it if Jamaican people stand down on it, step down on it, and says eliminate that, because it is a way of showing a forward march in respect to our females, in respect to our women, in respect to our daughters, our sisters, and our mothers. Because suck your mother. It's illogical, but like I say, on the flip side of things, it's disrespectful to our mother if we want to put our minds in that gutter. But I personally don't. You know, my wife often hear the term on music videos in Jamaica, and she goes, oh, that's a very disgusting statement for them to make about mothers. And I says to her, it all depends on where you put your mind, or what do you hear, or what meaning do you put to it. Because I immediately put suck your mother. Well, my mother only has one area on her body that's suckable, in my opinion, and that's her breast. And I was breastfed, so I don't really see an offense to it, but the derogatory way that they're trying to present it, it's a disrespect to my mother, and it's a disrespect to all women. I was going to say all women in Jamaica, but really it's all women of the world. It's just one of those statements that should not be used. And like I say, when a foreign national started to use the so-called profane phrases to Jamaican, it's no longer funny. I understand that when you're learning languages, it is easiest to learn the worst words or the most profane words. I speak a little Spanish, and when I was learning Spanish, it was the worst words that were taught to me first, and they were easier to grasp. I also speak German, and when I was learning German, it was the profane words of German that was presented to me first, and that was seemingly easier to grasp than the rest. I'm not so sure what's the science behind that, but that's pretty much how that went. So for a Japanese to be saying, suck your mother, there is an irony to that statement, because it's Jamaicans who taught these Japanese to use that and apply it in such a form. And I see the aim of this Japanese living in Jamaica. I see what she was actually intended to do, as she put it as her final statement. So like I say, as a Jamaican, I know exactly what that means, and she applied it correctly, in a negative way of course, but she does apply correctly as her signing off comment to that particular person. So I want to ask my viewers and my subscribers, how do they feel about the phrase go suck your mother or suck your mother? Do they believe that in support of this enhancement of respect to our women of Jamaica, it should be eliminated? It should just not be used. I'm not saying take it to a government level where one should be fined or jailed. I mean, there is already a profane law in Jamaica. I'm just saying, rule out government. This is about Jamaica and Jamaican people and our behavior. I've heard the phrase, it's easier to get an elephant through the eye of a needle than to penetrate dunce. I've heard that phrase, so I know this is not an easy task I'm asking, but it is an attempt to curtail the negativity of Jamaica. It is an attempt to bring our people from darkness to light. Because suck your mother, it is disrespectful to our mothers, and it is equally illogical. So we just need to cut that out to show some level of intelligence, some level of smarts. Let me know what you think about it, people. Let me know if you agree with what I say. Let me know how you view the phrase. Let me know if you're a mother, does it offend you? Let me know if it offends you when somebody or if somebody should use it towards you in regards to your mother. It's a term that my wife, who was from Jamaican parents but was born in England, has often heard and asked me to define it for her. And I defined it in both ways. I defined it to the way that I saw it as illogical, and I also defined it to what I believe is the intended way, excluding the breast. And after saying that to my wife, she found it extremely disgusting. But my defense to that was it's also illogical because most of us came through the passage of a woman and not by C-section. Anyway, people, like I say, let me know how you feel about this. Do not be afraid to criticize my views, because on this channel, I accept thumbs up, I accept thumbs down, I accept agreement, and I accept disagreement, because what? Each one teach one. Until next time, people, peace.